Hello? Can I start? Wait. Let me put some music on it. Last week, there were many soldiers that roamed there on the streets. I mean, more than usual. Some of the old mothers and their husbands were crying but not fainted with grief. They were happy. They were happy to see their sons again, whom they have never seen for many months. Some family in their far corners may be mourning at this time by not seeing their children who will never come back or came back. Is this an occasion worth celebrating? I don't know. All I know at this time, that's what the broadcasters and the Rangers have announced. The war has ended. I have never felt it more intensely before I met a man. A man who has changed the way I see things. Because of that war, nothing sure to be the same. But some 30 miles out there is a man whom I knowingly have shared that homesickness, although for him lies a greater burden. The war is what caused me to be here, but for that man, a personal incident caused him to be here. Because only by a personal problem, but equal to that of the effect of the war on me that had taken being an outcast, not only by his man, but also by his family forever. Because when I told him that someday, very soon, I'll be going home, and that I can go to his sound, he interrupted me and said, "Now you see, nobody would remember me now."
Greatest story ever told. And it's one of the most fascinating journeys ever.
The smokestack spitting black soot into the sooty sky. The load on the road brings a tear to the Indian's eye. The elephant won't forget what it's like inside his cage. The ringmaster's telecaster sings on an empty stage. Goddamn right, it's a beautiful day. Goddamn right, it's a beautiful day.
Excuse me, sir.
Yes, sir. How may I help you?
Well, you see, I'm Mr. Benito Santos. I have a reservation here by my best friend. Can you show me the room, please?
Okay, sir. Please wait. Oh, here, sir. I'll show you the way.
Okay. Well, I can really say that it is very much decent to be here, but I'm still older.
I understand, sir. The students are ready now for your speech. You can speak to them anytime you want.
But let me have some time to compose myself. Well, speaker, feel pressure too.
Of course, sir. Thank you.
Thanks, sir.
Sir?
Yes, come in.
Everything is set for your lecture, sir.
Okay, let's go. It's the concept of an ideal state of happiness, freedom, and peace. With end among all people and nations on earth, this idea of world non-violence is one motivation for people and nations to willingly conquer it, either voluntarily or by virtue of a system of governance that objects it will be solved by love and peace.
Thank you so much, sir, for this time. Students, do you have any other questions?
Sir, I have questions.
Jesus.
There was much difference
between our woman and American woman?
I could say, among other things, I did not know much about American women, except that they look friendly. But they have differences and similarities in inner qualities, such as belong to the heart and to the mind. I could only speak with vagueness.
Sir, I'm a Filipino. I'm just a Filipino out in the country. I left the Philippines more than 20 years ago and never have been back. Never will perhaps. I want to find out, sir, are Filipino women the same like they were 20 years ago?
First, tell me what our women were like 20 years ago.
Oh yes, you're too young. 20 years ago, our women were nice, they were modest, their hair were long, they dressed proper, and bent for no monkey business. They were natural, they went to church regular, and they were faithful. It's the man who are not.
Well, it will interest you to know that our women have changed. But it's only in the outside. But inside, they're still the same. God-fearing, faithful, modest, and nice.
Thank you so much, sir. Hi, sir. I'm Celestino Pabia.
Oh, I'm Benvenido Santos. Well, if I'm not mistaken, you're the one who asked the question. What can I do for you?
Oh yes, Mr. Santos. You see, I'm a Filipino too. Just a Filipino farmer. I really came here to meet you personally.
Well, I'm very pleased. Would you like to come in the hotel? We can talk there a bit more.
I'm afraid, sir, I can't. Besides, you must be tired already.
You came all the way here. How can you get home?
I've seen no Filipino for so many years now. So, when I saw your name in the paper, where it says you came from the islands and that you're going to talk, came right away.
You said you came here in Kalamazoo for...
14 years, yes, sir.
Oh.
So, will you do me a favor, please? I want you to have dinner with my family, out in the country. I'd call you for tomorrow afternoon, then drive you back. Will that be alright?
Of course! I would love to meet your family.
You will make my wife very happy.
You flatter me.
Honestly, she'll be very happy. Ruth is a country girl and hasn't met Filipinos. I mean, Filipinos younger than I, cleaner looking. We're just poor farmer, you know. And we don't get to town very often. Roger, that's my boy. He goes to school in town. A bus takes him early in the morning and he's back in the afternoon. He's a nice boy.
I bet he is. I've seen the children of some of the boys by their American wives. And the boys are tall. Taller than their father. And very good looking.
It's getting very late now, sir. I'm going home. Goodbye, sir.
Okay, goodbye. Take care.
You're late.
Good evening, honey.
You're late.
Huh? I'm sorry, honey.
No notice. No goodbye. No even a single word that you are going into town. I have been looking for you for many hours.
Mommy, looks like a red apple itself few hours ago. That she's like about to burst like a nuclear bomb. Boom!
Good evening, son.
Good evening, Daddy.
I'm just concerned about you. If there's something happened to you, what are we going to do?
Oh, honey, you really love me. Anyway, something did happen.
What?
But can you eat first? I'm so hungry. What are we going to eat?
Oh, it's your favorite, Dad? It's chicken.
It's good chicken. Roger, my dear, please do give your mother some pride sometimes. So what happened?
I'll bring you a first class Filipino tomorrow.
Huh? Go away. Quit kidding. There's no first class Filipino.
Really? What does he look like, Daddy?
Oh, you will see tomorrow. As I've said, he's first class.
Like you, Daddy?
No. Your daddy ain't no first class.
Oh, but you are Daddy.
Tomorrow? But the house is so mess. You should alerted me before having a visitor. so that we can fix our house a little.
So, I'll be the one to fetch him in his hotel tomorrow. So, tomorrow, we can fix the things that are needed to be fixed.
Good afternoon, sir. Good afternoon too, Mr. Fabia.
Please come, sir. Ruth can't believe it. She can't believe it. Roger, my boy, he believes me. So you can see what a nice boy he is. So innocent. And Ruth cleaning our house because it was messy? But you don't mind, do you?
Of course not.
Well, we're just poor folks, as you know.
Hi, ma'am. I'm Mr. Bienvenido Santos.
Hi, I'm Ruth.
And I'm Roger.
Come on, I think you're hungry. Take a seat.
Oh, thank you.
Honey, go with me in the kitchen.
Huh? But who will entertain our visitor?
I will, Daddy.
Okay, son.
So, you must be Mr. Santos.
Yes.
For the second time, I'm Roger Fabia. Nice to meet you, sir.
Hi, nice to meet you. You already said your name before.
Oh, but you don't know my full name already.
How old are you?
I'm 6 years old last year, and I'm turning 8 next year.
Well, if I'm not mistaken, you're 7 years old.
Oh, how did you know?
Madge.
So, can we eat?
Okay, okay. Let's eat.
Isn't he nice looking?
Yes, you're a handsome boy, Roger.
Look like Daddy.
You're...
I don't know who she is. I picked that picture many years ago in a room on LaSalle Street in Chicago. I have often wondered who she is.
It's beautiful.
Apples?
Oh, thank you. I've been thinking where all the scent of apples came from. The room is full of it.
I'll show you. Every day, I take some of them to town to sell to the groceries. Prices have been low. I've been losing on the trips.
But these apples will spoil.
Well, we feed them into the pigs.
It was twilight now, and the apple trees stood bare against a glowing western sky. In apple blossom time, it must be lovely here, I thought. But what about winter time?
Few years ago, before Roger was born, I was attacked of appendicitis. It was deep winter. The snow lay heavy everywhere. Ruth was pregnant and none to well herself. At first, she didn't know what to do. She bundled me in a warm clothing and she put me in a cot near the stove. She shoveled the snow in our front door and practically carried me through the newly made path towards the road and waited for help. I said to her to go back inside the house because they might freeze to death. But instead, she said she will never leave me until someone spotted us and took us to the nearest hospital. She stayed with me. She slept in a corridor of the hospital. And in the day, time helped in the scrubbing of the floor, washing the dishes and cleaning. We have enough money, but Ruth was willing to work like a slave.
It's nice of you to find someone like her. You're very lucky.
Yes, Ruth is a nice girl, like our own Filipino woman.
Goodbye, Mr. Santos. Take care.
Goodbye, Mr. Santos.
Goodbye. Bye, Roger.
Well, I guess I won't be seeing you again.
Yes, that's true. But wait, can I ask you a question?
Okay, go on.
Well, yesterday, I was just intrigued by your question. Do you mind telling me why you're so interested with that question? Even though we said that perhaps you will no longer back to the Philippines anymore.
Well, I just miss my mother.
Do you want to visit them?
It's hard to say, but really, I will never go back.
But why? You said you miss them.
I'm sent away from my family.
But how did you get here?
My mother helped me, through my father shut me out of the family. My mother is always there by my side. She did all her best just to send me here.
Do you have relatives here?
Yes, of course, but they're already gone.
Look, one of these days, very soon, I will be going home and I could go to your town.
No, thanks a lot. But you see, nobody would remember me now. It's getting late. I need to go home.
Okay, goodbye. Take care. Now I understand. I understand why he fell silent when I said, no such thing in our country at that time. The old man must have compared himself with the apple trees in the autumn seasons that are ready to die and show their colors proud like. He must have felt dead when he was exiled here, only when he found to stand on his own feet and have become proud of himself. But his families in the Philippines will never know while he is riding away. He must have felt something. He's still tormented by his past. Yes, he gave courage when he told me that his family may no longer remember him, that he will never be coming back. When he bid me goodbye, he said that he may no longer see me again. Is it only me
Away from my family.
or Filipinos like me?
But you see, nobody would remember
When he said goodbye, it seemed to me more than the literal. He meant that he is already saying goodbye, no connection that he have in the Philippines, which he had found in me, Mr. Celestino Fabia. This one stood by himself and has decided to stay away. How many times did lonely mind? They can play some detours away from the family, winding lanes to our home for fear of this remembered hurt. The long lost youth, the grim shadow of the years. How many times he did. Only the exile knows.
O ano, saan, sino, bakit, sa paano, paraan. Minsan, ang swerte mo nasa paligid lang. Ang buhay ay ganyan. Nasa palad mo ang pagbabago ng takbo. At walang mangyayari kung hindi mo susubukan. Magbukas ka ng isipan kahit talo may natututunan. Di mo lang alam at di mo maintindihan. Lahat ng nangyayari sa buhay natin ay may kanya-kanyang dahilan. Pepito, Manalodo, swerte mo ay todo-todo. Napunta sa'yo lahat ng buwenas sa mundo. At pag-uukol
Isang iglap lang ako'y kinabahan. Hindi nakatayo, patay na puruhan. Ang perang hulog sa
sa Palawan, panalo ko sa Sabungan. Thank you.